The other question is the naming of the commission, and that is the Civil War part. I know a lot of people in this part of the country especially object to the use of the term Civil War. Why was that selected?
I think because of the fact that the term Civil War has won general acceptance throughout the nation as the designation for this war fought nearly 100 years ago. I should like to make a brief statement about that if we have time.
Please do.
The people in the South, many of them, and particularly the Confederate patriotic societies, much prefer war between the states, and they insist on that designation. I'm in sympathy with them. I have no quarrel with them on it. If they want to call it war between the states, I have no objection to them calling it that. But people who write about the war and people who teach the war, as I do, would find it inconvenient to use that term. And more than that, the term came from Alexander Stephens' book. He was vice president of the Southern Confederacy, A Constitutional View of the Late War Between the States. And Stephens viewed the Confederacy as a loose aggregation of states. And he thought of the war as being between a group of states in the South and a group of states in the North. But the Confederate leaders, and particularly Jefferson Davis, insisted that the South was a well-organized central government, fully endowed with all of the attributes of sovereignty. And he surely did not think of the Confederacy as being a loose aggregation of states. So I think the term war between the states is a bit misleading from that viewpoint. Civil war also has its shortcomings as a designation. In a civil war, as the term is normally used, the participants are vying for the control of the government, the legitimate government. And in 1861, 1865, the Southerners were not trying to take the Washington government, the federal government, from the Federals, but rather they were trying to pull out and set up their own government. Both terms, then, have deficiencies, but for convenience and because it has been nationally established by common usage, I lean to the use of the term Civil War.
Right or wrong, it's the term that everyone uses, so we'll stick